Good morning, Alex and friends. I'm Grace. Today is Tuesday, December 24th, 2024, and you're listening to Alex's News. The weather in Riverside will be mild today with a high of 66.8 degrees and a low of 54.0. And since it's Christmas Eve, we hope you're staying warm and cozy with loved ones. Coming up, we'll examine President Biden's crucial decision regarding the U.S. steel acquisition controversy. Then, we'll explore California's new legislation that gives renters more time to contest evictions. Finally, we'll take you to Siberia, where a thawing landscape has unveiled a remarkable Ice Age discovery that's exciting scientists. All this and more, coming up on Alex's News. Stay tuned. Our top story this morning focuses on a major development in the proposed acquisition of U.S. Steel. With us now is our business correspondent, Ethan Parker. Ethan, I understand there's been a significant delay in the decision-making process?
That's right, Grace. According to reporting from the Associated Press, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, or CFIUS, which is chaired by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, has been unable to reach a consensus on the national security implications of Nippon Steel's $14.9 billion bid to acquire U.S. Steel.
What does this deadlock mean for the acquisition process?
Well, as the Economic Times reports, the decision has now been elevated to President Biden's desk. He'll have 15 days to make the final determination on whether this deal can proceed.
Can you break down what's actually being proposed in this deal?
According to Yahoo Finance, Nippon Steel is offering $55 per share in an all-cash deal. If approved, U.S. Steel would become a subsidiary of Nippon Steel, but would keep its Pittsburgh headquarters, an iconic name. The combined company would become one of the world's top 3 steelmakers.
We're hearing that Nippon Steel has made some significant commitments. What are they offering?
They've put together quite a comprehensive package, Grace. They're promising $2.7 billion in facility upgrades, $5,000 closing bonuses for U.S. Steel employees, and they've pledged not to import steel slabs that would compete with U.S. Steel's blast furnaces. They're also committing to protect jobs and keep plants operational during the basic labor agreement.
But I understand there's still considerable opposition to this deal?
That's correct. Both President Biden and President-elect Trump have publicly opposed the acquisition. The United Steelworkers Union, through their president David McCall, has raised serious concerns about job security and benefits. This is particularly sensitive given the current administration's focus on rebuilding American manufacturing and the existing protectionist tariffs supporting domestic steel production.
Thank you for that comprehensive update, Ethan. We'll certainly be following this story as President Biden's decision deadline approaches. And now for our second story of the morning. A new California law is set to bring significant changes for tenants facing eviction notices. Joining us to discuss this development is our housing correspondent, Chloe Martinez. Chloe, tell us about this new legislation.
Thanks, Grace. In just 8 days, on January 1, 2025, California will implement a crucial change that doubles the time tenants have to respond to eviction notices, from 5 to 10 business days. According to Cal Matters, this change couldn't come at a more critical time, as approximately 40% of California tenants are currently losing their eviction cases by default simply because they can't respond quickly enough.
That's a striking statistic. What's behind these default losses?
Well, Grace, it's largely a matter of legal representation. According to reporting from LAist, while more than 80% of landlords have lawyers representing them in eviction cases, less than 5% of tenants have access to legal help. This disparity has created a significant imbalance in the system.
How effective is having legal representation in these cases?
The impact is quite substantial. Studies show that in cities like San Francisco, tenants with legal representation have success rates as high as 63% in avoiding eviction. However, Newsbreak reports that there's a concerning geographic disparity. While major urban areas have networks of pro bono lawyers, rural areas face what experts call legal deserts, where residents often have to travel long distances just to access legal help.
I understand this law was a bit of a compromise. Can you explain how it balances different interests?
Yes, that's right. While tenants get more time to respond, the law also puts limits on how long tenant lawyers can take to file certain motions about errors in landlord complaints. This balance helps secure neutrality from the California Apartment Association, though some local property owner groups still oppose it, citing concerns about increased costs and longer eviction processes.
Thank you for that comprehensive overview, Chloe. We'll be watching how this plays out when it takes effect in the new year. Here are some other headlines. A Russian court has sentenced American citizen Gene Spector to 15 years in a strict regime penal colony on espionage charges. Spector, who was already serving time for a bribery case, faced a trial largely behind closed doors due to the secret nature of the charges. In South Korea, the opposition Democratic Party is threatening to impeach acting president Han Duck-soo. This follows the recent impeachment of President Yoon Suk Yeol earlier this month. The opposition party is demanding independent investigations into Yoon's declaration of martial law and corruption allegations against his wife. A powerful storm has battered California's central coast, claiming one life and causing significant damage. The Santa Cruz Wharf partially collapsed, with approximately 150 feet of the structure falling into the ocean. 3 people fell into the water during an inspection, but were safely rescued. In Arkansas, U.S. District Judge Timothy Brooks has ruled that a law allowing criminal charges against librarians for providing harmful materials to minors is unconstitutional. The judge stated the law would effectively turn librarians into agents of censorship. Arkansas officials plan to appeal the decision. France's new government, led by Prime Minister François Section OIS Bayrou, faces significant challenges maintaining power amid a fragmented parliament. Following recent elections that resulted in no clear majority, the government must navigate coalition politics while addressing economic issues and maintaining stability. And now for our third story of the morning. A remarkable discovery in Siberia has scientists excited about what it could tell us about life tens of thousands of years ago. Joining us now with more details is our science correspondent Ethan Parker. Ethan, tell us about this incredible find.
Thanks, Grace. According to BBC News, Russian scientists have unveiled what they're calling one of the most significant paleontological discoveries in recent years. A remarkably well-preserved baby woolly mammoth found in Siberia's Yakutia region.
What makes this particular discovery so special?
Well, as CBS News reports, this mammoth, nicknamed Yana after the nearby river basin, is approximately 50,000 years old and was found in what's known as the Batagaika crater, which is actually the world's largest permafrost crater. What's truly remarkable is that this is only the 7th complete mammoth carcass ever found worldwide, with 6 discoveries in Russia and 1 in Canada.
Those are incredible odds. What can you tell us about the condition of the mammoth?
According to reports from Agence France-Presse, Yana was about 1 year old when she died and is exceptionally well preserved. She weighs over 100 kilograms. That's about 397 pounds. Stands at 120 centimeters or 4 feet tall and is 200 centimeters in length. While there's some damage to her forelimbs from modern predators, her head and trunk are in remarkable condition.
How was Yana discovered?
Local residents found her during the summer of 2024 when the permafrost was thawing. They actually had to use a makeshift stretcher to lift her to the surface. She's now being studied at the Northeastern Federal University in Yakutsk, where scientists are working to confirm her exact time of death.
And I understand this isn't the only prehistoric discovery in the region?
That's right, Grace. Scientists are finding more preserved specimens as climate change causes the permafrost to thaw. Recent discoveries in the region include a 32,000-year-old saber-toothed cat and a 44,000-year-old wolf. However, it's worth noting that while Yana is exceptionally well preserved, the most complete mammoth specimen ever found remains Lyuba, a 30 to 35-day-old mammoth calf discovered in 2007, which had intact internal organs, eyes, and even stomach contents.
Fascinating stuff, Ethan. Thank you for bringing us up to speed on this remarkable discovery.
Thank you, Grace.
That's all we have for now. Today's episode was made by Alexander King with Claude Sonnet 3.5, the Perplexity API, and the Google Cloud Text-to-Speech API. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, Alex.